silence, and the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made. In the sign lashed out his warning, and the words that it was forming. In the sign said the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls, in tenement halls, and whispered in the
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
You're listening to Sergeant's Time on WTF Nation Radio.
Broadcasting live. Oh, my voice kind of cracked a little bit there. Broadcasting live from the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence. Can I be heard? As your host, Sergeant's Time. It's Army WTF Moments, WTF Nation Radio. On this last Sergeant's Time of the year 2025, of the year of our fire. Man, how y'all doing today? Interesting. Hey, just real quick, did y'all get your warrior dividend? Your your extra BAH? Your let's see what I'm just trying to drop in some other deets here. Welcome to Sergeant's Time. Well, if you guys not seen the news and not heard it yesterday, the president announced that we will be getting, or you guys will be getting, a $1,776. Man, so it's kind of like, is this what's the deets behind it? Every time the government sends out, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not pooping on anybody's parade and shit. I'm just saying, hey, get that bag, right? Get that bag. Who else wouldn't want to get that? But man, $1,776 in your wallet, and people are complaining about it. I do see people complaining about it. But everyone's asking, hey, where does this come from? Everyone's like, I thought this was rob Peter to pay Paul. I thought we couldn't have money for soldiers not going anywhere to a school or something like that. Or I cannot attend training. Where does this money come from? So it's basically we here we go. What's up, Nakima? How you doing? It's basically Congress gave they give reconciliation funds, and obviously they have a broad latitude in how to use it. And it's basically BAH supplementation. It's extra BAH. That's it. That's obviously because that's why everyone's saying it's tax free. It's almost extra BAH. Patrick says that's probably where the save from the BAS funds that went from Fort Stewart. Are you talking about the DFAC money? And notice we haven't got any news yet, right? I know military.com lost a lot of their reporters, so we can't get an update on whatever happened to the money the DFACs were using. An additional, another pot of funds type of thing. So Congress gave them money for BAH supplementation, which is the reason why the rising costs and of rising rent, of course. And this was kind of hey, use this money and figure out who needs it and how to apply it. So you would think that this means you'd study who is behind the most in local area and rental costs and adjust everyone's income accordingly. I don't know. It's kind of like that. We call it COLA, cost of living allowance. I don't know. Just for some reason, they're just. I don't see enough. I don't see enough money going to spots where you would think like Alaska or Hawaii or Colorado or Texas. Believe it or not, there's some areas in Texas that are, or North Carolina or DC, around the Virginia area. Probably from that scam money they found. Yeah. Nicholas says, yeah, I'll see y'all in Afghanistan again. They did this at the end of 2016 and I was deployed in 2017. Damn, bro. I have a little optimism here. Be an optimist. So, people in Hawaii and Alaska and JBLM, there's a higher cost of living and getting $400 while everyone else gets $100. And when it comes to by rank, 5-bedroom homes are impacted as a 2-bedroom. Maybe an E5 needs a larger bump than an O5. And that's another thing too. O5s and below. Hey, I'm not trying to pick on our officer colleagues, professionals. But I don't understand why colonel and below. Really? You're going to give, I'm going to tell you what, just like AUSA giving the Army money, $1 million to have ArmyCom happen, I think all those 06, I think those individuals, 04, because I hate majors. I shouldn't say I hate majors. Some majors. All right, a lot of majors. Okay, the majority of majors. How about that? They should give that money to, of course, AER, serving soldiers and their families since 1942. I know this is going to be a hot topic here, so I'm already fanning myself with AER propaganda. So I think the officers should give that 1776 to AER. That's just me. I think AUSA should match that. But on the O side, of course. Of course. So that's why there was so much flexibility in the funds, because that was the intent. But they don't have to follow the intent. So it's BAH, basically is what it is. So it's money that was authorized and was already intended to be tax-free, since BAH is tax-free. That's why this is being framed as, hey, this is a tax-free bonus, but it's not really. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly that, Nicholas. Nothing in the military is free, so I'm going to live it up and enjoy it while supplies last. Yeah, exactly that, Nicholas. I would too, man. Like I said, get that back. This is the money people were supposed to get to help with the fact that rent and housing is very expensive, and it's going up so much. See, that's another thing too about military. I always understand the discussions of the economy and all that, but from the veteran military retiree side, you kind of see like it's different. We finance E1 and up, right? All those retired CSMs and lieutenant colonels that have car lots outside of military installation gates. And what do you see? 80% interest and shit like that on that V6 Charger, right? I did see some traffic in the inbox of individuals already talking about whether they're going to buy extra ammo, they're going to buy themselves a pew, a freedom device. Can we say guns? Will that be people getting mad or getting blocked? Majors are the E4 equivalent of the officers. Yeah, but E4s can think. I'm just saying their cost. I'm just saying. So everyone's happy. Congratulations. Be happy. But people need to realize that someone that should have been an extra $4,000 had an extra $4,000 this year. So I'm just kind of looking at the aspect of the extra money. Hey, look, the money robbed Peter to pay Paul, but the Joes are happy. All the soldiers are posting on social media. I got my bucks. I got my freedom bucks, my warrior dividends, all the stuff that everyone has been talking about. And again, get that bag. Get it. Get it. If you're going to get that money, I would be happy. I too would be happy to get 1776. I'm going to tell you what, man. I would have thought, and just me, just little old me, I would have thought that the reserve component would have got something, because now you have the reserve component that's kind of like a little poopy face about all this that's happening. And so, I got friends that are like, hey, are you it beats a poke in the eye? Yeah. Yeah, this thing came out, and all we heard was, well, what about the reserve component? What about the National Guard? So somebody sent me this meme. This meme will be posted on one of our platforms. Yeah, this is pretty much the sentiment of the reserve and National Guard components. This is how they feel about the 17. Now look, 1.4 million active duty service members, which is the equivalent, which is, just under what we have for followership in the US and the WTF nation. I want to put it on my Eagle Cash card. Yeah, dude. Keith says, whatever helps to distract from the Epstein list. Why'd you spell it like that? Are we going to get blocked or something? So this is pretty much the sentiment across the reserve component, compo, whatever's. I just say the reserve component, National Guard and Army Reserve. This is kind of what are they going to get? Are they going to get some extra? Are they going to get some extra money? This money that you think that could have gone to? Because I'm going to be honest with you, right? That's who we're seeing. Kevin Hart looks upset. That's who we are seeing doing the most deployments or Southwest border missions and presence patrols in our city streets. I know currently right now everyone's like, who's that guy talking about? Why you got to bring division between the active duty and the reserve and National Guard components? Well, they've always been a little bit of fucked over when it comes to something like this. That they did get it if you were activated, of course, within a specific amount of time and during a certain amount of period. Yeah, exactly that. While supplies last. Not gonna lie, you got to give them We got to give them crops. Sorry, man. I've been hanging out with some 420 friends, and we've been talking about crops because they just had the press conference today about the rescheduling of marijuana. So, not gonna lie, you have to give him some props since he's been in the chair, been getting raises and everything. What was that? Yep, getting raises and raises. And I'm just saying, I don't agree with everything he says, but he's just showing us showing us troops love. Hey, right, Nick. Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you what. The shutdown happened. Next thing you know, soldiers got paid. Just gonna say. Now, I do, of course, understanding how the money's being a shell gamed and all that, but the troops are happy. The troops are getting cash. As far as seeing what other programs our money has gone, our taxpayer dime has been going to, why would you complain? Why would you complain? We see some crazier shit that's being wasted from what our tax money is going to. Does that mean the NG is going to do streets patrol? Got nothing. That's what I'm saying. I think that's after over a specific period of time when it comes to the to their guidance on what they did for the warrior dividend. So it was basically Congress appropriated, and this is what their briefing info that they had posted out. Sorry, I'm talking about crops again. To pay again, this is to pay eligible service members in the grades of 06 and below. I'm just saying, 06s, I'd be giving that money to AER. I'm gonna tell you what, make mission. Tell your CSM, hey, Sergeant Major, I got this. 1776. There you go. What you doing, Sergeant Major? How about you give 1776? Just saying. I'm just saying. Payment will be made outside regular pay cycle by December 20th. Congress approved $2.9 billion to the Department of War to supplement the basic housing allowance entitlement within Section 20,001 brackets 5 of Public Law 119-21 in the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. Approximately $1.28 million active component. See, I fucked it up like him with his speech when he was like talking about 400,000 or something like that. Approximately 1.28 million active component military members and 174,000 reserve component members will receive this supplement. So there you go. There's your answer for that one, Keith. And so the Secretary of War has directed the department to disperse $2.6 billion as a one-time basic allowance for a housing supplement to all service members in pay grades of 06 and below. Make sure you donate that 1776 06s, coinals, colonels, 06s. The Navy 06, by the way, is a captain, not like the captain that we have in the Army as an 03. So colonels in the Marine Corps, colonels in the Army, colonels in the Air Force, whatever grades Space Force has. Pay it. National Guard full time guard. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, we got some feedback from the Natty Guards. There we go. To include compensation those eligible recipients not currently receiving BAH. So this is basically a lump sum. That's it. Some of the questions you guys already seen that active duty service members in the pay grade of 06 and below as of 30 November 2005. And there were some individuals that just missed it and got word that cadets got it too. Cadets. Damn. How much money we use for 2.9 provided by reconciliation if they're in this? I'm just reading some of these fact sheets that I got sent. If there's any funds left over, has a decision been made on how those funds will be used? The department will use an estimated $2.6 billion of the funds and provided by public law to make one-time payment 1776. The remaining $300 million will be utilized by the department to support future basic allowance. $300 million. Do you know where that money's come from? Now, here's some tinfoil stuff. Here's some stuff that we're talking about. BAH is a not taxable cause. Unless you're paying child support, then everybody likes to, some states like to grab all your BAH and use that as income as well. What about the Garden Reserve on Title 10? Yep, I just said it. 174,000. Some of them, yes. Hey, what's up? Why not? I just realized who that was. What's up? So why did the department, the Space Force move was diabolical at 100 days in the chair and created a whole new branch in the military? The first time, yes. There's some haterade to the Air Force, too. Because if you just own the air, then why would you? Yeah, exactly. That's why they call it the Air Force, right? It only controls the air, not space. I always thought they got too big for their britches anyways. But that's just me. I'm just talking shit for tonight. Last show of 2025 for Sergeant's Time. Use this basic allowance. Use this BAH housing funds to provide a one-time basic payment to service members during this holiday season to improve their housing and quality of life. The department will use an estimated $2.6 billion of the allocated reconciliation funds to make one-time payment. 17 blah blah blah. I'm just reading the same thing over again from the Q&A stuff that I got in the inbox. Now, tinfoil. I don't want to sound like that. I don't want to sound like that. I don't want to sound like a member of the E4 Mafia in the smoke pit. But you know they're taking your BAH anyways when you live in housing, right? You know you're still getting paid BAH. Where else does this channel live at? Broadcasting live on 5 different platforms, 2 YouTube pages, 2 Facebook pages, and on X. So you can hear us everywhere. That's where you can hear us, Nicholas. So if you got an X account, cool. Go to X at WTF Nation Radio. If you got a YouTube account, just go to at WTF Nation Radio. There you go. You'll see it as well. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe, of course. But some of the things that me and Spanky always talked about, BAH and living in housing, we did that beer math of just staff sergeants across Fort Hood at that time and came up with a pretty hefty sum. I should have kept my notes on that. But your money's being taken anyways. You know, when you go PCS overseas, that BAH, or when you PCS or you move into housing, that BAH is still getting paid. It doesn't stop. It just doesn't go to you. There's going to be a lot of friends and the family asking for money, because of the money. Yeah, exactly. Which a lot of you should be going and heading off to Christmas Exodus. Did you know we almost, during the government shutdown, I'm going to give you some streets here. This is the end of the year. Did you know if the shutdown had continued, there was going to be cancellation of Christmas exoduses? There was going to be cancellation of Christmas exodus in most training centers. Could you imagine what would happen? Yeah, exactly. Don't be asking me no money. Don't ask me for shit. I'm going through your questions right now. Yep, I'm already seeing full-time got it. Cadets got it. Who else got it? Let me check some notes here. See who else. If I'm fucking up my what I was supposed to say. Hopefully I didn't fuck up what I said. Okay, there we go. Just double checking. Just going through some of my notes here because some of it was like everyone wanted to make sure could you at least talk about this, stuff like that. I'm not saying I got friends where I got friends and shit, but I say I got friends that want to talk about some stuff and ask me to put some of the stuff out. Make sure you guys are informed. So anyways, that's that. Congratulations. Get your 1776. Don't spend it all in one place. Is Pure Titanium still open on Bragg? I'll have to swing by. Just kind of say, in case of, just do a little survey. Everyone's talking about secret. Yeah, exactly. Victorias and secrets. Yep, exactly. So that's it for the 1776. If you got it, you got it. Get that bag. But like I said, would have been nice to see a little kick over to the reserve component, the Army Reserve and the National Guard. I'm pretty sure at least give them like something. If you're going to use that, give them like, I don't know, $500 or some shit. Give them some dara for that. But let's see. AGR members for yeah, exactly that. AGR members, yep. All those, all the tech, everybody. Hey, fucking hey, man, get that back, man. Well, everyone talks about, well, the money went from here and the money did this, and because of this, this was already your money. Blah 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 blah. It wasn't already your money because you didn't get it. If it's in your account, you got it. It's your money. We can go back and forth, of course, and talk about the semantics of how congressional fundings and appropriation and blah 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 goes, but. Yeah. I wanted to highlight this now that we're moving on, by the way. Moving on, 1776. If you guys got any comments, throw it in there. Any feedback, of course. I want to talk about some new changes according in the Army social media policy. And I'm just kind of like, free beer money, exactly. Oh man, yeah, exactly. So, man, that's a good man, I like. Somebody asked. So, will anti-Trump service members give back that money as well? Ooh, it's not the Monday edition, but that's a funny question. That is a funny question. Man, you guys are savage tonight. That is kind of a good question. Using the money as like an automatic 2-year extension. Yeah, I'm about to say, good point, Cause. It's one of those things to where if it's in your bank account, yep. Somebody says you're going to go to Venezuela. Yeah, there is no confirmed reports right now that we're doing anything in Venezuela. I'm just saying right now, because I don't want to have a lot of our Facebooks or Twitter, community noted just for pure hyperbole. So if you guys not seen, this is also coming from our colleague, our personnel individual of excellence, Zoltan, the S1 guru. I'm talking about the new Army social media policy. It's coming up. You guys hear about that? Man. They've kind of changed things up. And I have a feeling that not only have we seen a lot of leaders seed the information space and kind of like backed off, but we're also going to see organization pages go away. I'll be honest with you. A good social media manager or a good, somebody who's good on the ivories or the keyboard, I guess you would say, on a social media could drive metrics for that page in a positive way, or a simple fuck up could cause metrics to go in a bad way, but still gain metrics, if that makes sense. Commanders who have a table of distribution and allowances or a modified table of organization, TDA or MTO, authorizations that include a 46 series public affairs officer or a public affairs NCO, Department of the Army civilian public affairs specialist, blah, 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 are the only commanders who may establish and maintain authorized social media presence. So, are we playing with words here? Just kind of curious. The reason why I say that is because there are some pages that I'll say this: the public affairs field, because they don't have a branch. They need to be a branch. The public affairs field doesn't have enough public affairs staff to man some of these social media pages or have a social media president. So it's kind of like a little disingenuous to put a policy out when you don't have the staff. Okay, well, if you have MTO authorizes you to have a page and you don't have the staff, it's kind of like you're saying, you don't have the staff to do it. You don't have nobody to do it. I mean, I wish we'd get some clarification about it, but generally we don't. Just kind of brings a little question there about yeah, okay, so then what? So what you gonna do? For the National Guard Bureau, state and territory adjutant general may establish and maintain a positional social media presence. Although federally recognized Army National Guard state adjutant general or state or territory employees who are not subject to this guidance when not on Title 10 orders, the maintenance of, yeah, exactly that. Oh, Nakima, you're on the dot right there. Additional duty, hey, on orders. Yes, Patrick. Oh, see, you guys, you guys are awesome tonight, man. Just that's what man. You guys are on it with the comments. Wasn't that the point of a UPAR, a Unit Public Affairs Representative? There definitely aren't hiring post 9/11 graduates for them, from my experience. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm about to say, you guys are on it. Yeah, exactly that. The maintenance of an official social media is not mandatory, but it is recommended they follow the practice for the purposes of Army message and brand synchronization. But if you got nobody to synchronize with, then you're not going to have a pretty active page. I know during the shutdown, which I never understood this, the shutdown had a lot of, this page is no longer maintained due to blah, 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 appropriations, blah, 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 blah. Little blurb here of excellence. Didn't realize it was that much to do a couple clicks and post a couple of HUA videos, but there you go. To ensure brand integrity, governance, and compliance, Army Reserve units are authorized to maintain an official organizational social media account only at the general officer level. Oh, man. You guys see where this is going? 1 star and above, of course. They must have oversight by a public affairs officer or NC Public Affairs, NCO, Department of the Army Civilian Public Affairs Specialist. The ones that you don't have assigned to your unit because there's not enough of them. Ooh, just have the new IWAR do it. God, you guys are savage. Love it. You mean PSYOP. 1776 to active duty marijuana reclass is the schedule. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a minute. That's on the schedule too. Oh man, this is yes sir. All those special reporting code 45 units include a 46 series personnel and actively produce social media content in support of their assigned or attached units. They are not authorized to operate independent organizational accounts. Units will deactivate this. Will deactivate these accounts no later than 28 February 2026. Subordinate units without authorized personnel will deactivate their social media following record management procedures to reference 1 Delta. Oh, yeah, by the way, there's a policy on it. There we go. I'm just rattling off. There goes the policy. There you go. Brands, of course, standardization to boost brand awareness. Commands will standardize their social media in alignment. Oh my God, they're going to freaking... There's going to be some major out there that's going to ask Facebook if they can adjust their font. I guarantee it. I'm joking, of course. No, we're talking about majors. Marketing and recruiting activities, civil works, and non-appropriated fund, morale, warfare, recreation activities are exempt from this directive. So does that mean we're basically going to have just division commands and commands just have a social media the brigades are? As I'm saying, going back to what I was saying about the brigades not having enough people. The public affairs mess is a mess because of not because there's incompetent communications professionals. There are some outstanding comms people out there, but there's not enough of them at all. Hardly any. Robbing Peter to pay Paul is the biggest issue in the public affairs community. Of course, I've worked with them in the past, and I do have some great mentors in the PA world. Yes, there are some good ones out there. Some real good ones out there that are always out there to ensure that we are stewards of the profession in a communications environment. But I see this, and it is me. I see this as ruining our culture, our Army culture. Communications is key. The mic is always on if you have a social media presence. Let me say that again. The mic is always on when you have a social media presence. In an organization, in a government entity, the DOW, the Department of State, the White House, the mic is always on. Ooh, good question. Oh, right there, War Murray. Man, you guys are on it tonight. Right there, War Murray. God, I'm really fucking up. I swear I wasn't rescheduling when I was talking about crops today. War murals. Principal officials in headquarters, Department of the Army, commanding generals and command sergeants majors, our Army comms, Army service commands, and direct reporting units are authorized but not required to have a social media account. Leadership social media is considered official communication and must adhere to the same standards and requirements as official accounts. Leadership accounts below these levels are not authorized. Dude. Oh, man. Burn, baby, burn. This is going to be some fun. I would say March 1st, 2026 is going to be, man, because here's what's going to happen. Now, public affairs, to me, communications is what you get out front of stuff. Bad news gets bad with time, or even worse with time, or even destructive at times when you don't report it on time. If that makes sense. War murals has got a good point. We lose a lot of history when PAOs control everything. Lots of great abandoned GWAT pages out there, and some have taken down old pages, albums, and archived DVIDs records that are no longer searchable. Very frustrating. Which is why we are on the fence as well at U.S. Army WTF Moments. We have almost 15 years of media. We're thinking about branching out with other pages, having a new page come up to re-engage, to clean out the algorithms and stuff. But we would never take the page down because of all the historical stuff on there. War Murals has a good point and brings up another point. And the policy here. This is history. Somewhere I read, you don't take down historical documents because they become official records. What? Annette says, please respond. What do you respond to what? What you talking about? Did you make a comment in there? Always stated any soldiers pops hot for marijuana, they should chapter them just to create a new ID called 4th and 20th. We're going to talk about that in a minute, by the way. An offshoot about that, by the way. So again, I don't think it's a good idea to do this. I think commanders, I think leaders should be out front in the communication space, because then you're going to have individuals filling that space that could be providing misinformation and disinformation, or adversary talking points for you. Oh, that's me waiting for a call? Oh, yeah, got it. Okay. I guarantee what's going to happen. Something's going to get posted. There's going to be some stuff on social media, and everyone's going to flood a social media account, because now I don't know what's going on with the way we do comms now. If something gets posted, there are units that are deleting comments or eliminating comments. You can't do that. Or deleting posts. Can't do that either. So this is going to be real tricky. Yeah, exactly that. Oh man, WTF Moments is going to get spicier. We might end up having to fill that void to be spicier. Of course, go ahead, follow Zoltan, the S1's guru. You know, I think for one period of time during this break for Christmas Exodus, I think we should share some pages. Say, hey, check out this page. This is U.S. Army WTF Moments. You know, WTF Moments approved. We like this page. Follow this page. Blah, blah, blah. We might do that. In April, every DOD page, museum, unit, school had to post identical notices. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just saying this is a dangerous precedent. And this is coming from a lot of people who like to preach oh, it's not bad to take history down. Oh, we shouldn't take history. Oh, man, maintain history. Is it against regulation for units to require correspondence during leave? That's what we're gonna talk about this right now. I'm glad you brought that up. Cheetah, we're gonna go ahead and talk about that too. We are definitely gonna talk about that because I have some points to make about that either. So Tyler asks, which helps. I just want to help. I don't want to sound like that Phil Grade and One Punch Dad's skits. I want to dovetail here and walk the dog on this next topic from Tyler. Tyler Cuts' comment here brings up a very good point. So you guys got the word from the Secretary of the Army that said that you need to do daily buddy checks. Check on your buddy. Make sure your buddies are doing great. See how everything's are going. How are you doing? Now, it's gotten to the point where it's a little bit overzealous. Now, in some organizations, they have overdone it. They have added this to slide matrices and ups and stuff like that. Something as simple as, I always said this, man, always said this. There's always a leader that will go and say everyone respects, or somebody said, it doesn't mean respect or not, just, hey, maybe we should do buddy checks every day. And then it just rolled right down. And then he put out a directive. Yeah, you know what? You guys should do buddy checks. Well, now it's on paper. Now there are counseling statements that are being issued out. Soldiers will answer their squad leaders or senior leadership every day during holiday block leave. Now, I get it. I get, checking on your buddies and stuff like that. I totally get it. But it's out there. It's out in the ether. Soldiers have been given guidance about the Secretary of the Army's HBL policy. Well, the way the commander told me from the boss's mouth. Boss said we needed to do this. Sec Army said this needs to happen. So this will happen. The amount of stuff that's coming across the inbox, and I'm pretty sure there are other platforms that are saying the same thing, going, we're overdoing this shit. We have Big Sarge the process on something just to check a block now. At the point to where the soldiers are now saying, you don't fucking care. You're just being told to do it. And now you're putting this shit on paper that I have to fucking answer your fucking phone call or your message. And I guarantee it. Troops, during this holiday block leave, tell us how many times your soldier, your squad leader, I should say, called you. They made you sign a counseling, right? Fair enough. If I'm going to sign this counseling statement, roger that. I agree. Pew, pew. I agree. I will sign this counseling there, Big Sarge. What you said between 1,300 and 1,330? Roger that, Big Sarge. When I'm on holiday block leave, roger that. I will not be able to answer, and it doesn't say specifically how to answer. Answer the phone call or answer a text. Doesn't matter. It just says answer. I'm going to pull out the barracks of law. The barracks school of law. Barracks lawyering here for you guys. Hey, you just said I had to answer. Soldiers were answering the squad leaders, blah, blah. You didn't say anything about text. You didn't say anything about call. Hey, you up? You good? Up. I want you, swords. I want you, soldiers. Hey, PLs, as a matter of fact, PLs, let's get involved in this love too. Ask your NCOs how many times they called. Soldiers, you track how many times your supervisors called you. How many times did your squad leaders call you while you were on holiday block leave because they made you sign a fucking counseling statement because you got Big Sarge? I bet you you won't get a call every day. I'm willing to bet you. I shouldn't say that because I already bet somebody some wings in a case of Tecate about it. So I maybe I should be careful with my The problem is that some condition of some authority will accept digital swarming as acceptable and as contributes to many people's decline as they age, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. March 25th, actually, all pages posted this in alignment. Yep. I saw that war murals. So if you deny signing it, you can take it to higher and see how fucking ridiculous it is. That's why we're bringing it up right now, as a matter of fact. Myself, Fancy Bear, Army Reddit, we're bringing this up. Because we're like, are you really seeing? This is why we're broadcasting this right now, because they do follow, a lot of the senior leadership follow us. Are you seeing this is what's happening? Something as simple of, hell, sometimes a fucking phone call was too fucking much for individuals to handle already. Some of these kids are dying to go on fucking holiday block leave to get the fuck away from you. And here's the policy right now. We better sign this right now. Okay, I'll sign it, Sarnt. But are you going to be there every fucking day? I got my calendar open. When you called me up. Bounce that back and see what happens. I don't understand what the 55 disabled. Bro, are you like trying to at me or something like that? Are you trying to put me in that category because I'm old? Is that what it is? Because I'm in my 80s? Hang on, I'm just going through some of the comments here. All right, let's go back to what Chito said. Like the recording of a CSM yelling at them soldiers. All right. Retirees? No. Yeah, really. Let's go back. A while back, we received a pretty lengthy, phone recording. And in that phone recording, it was a CSM absolutely losing his shit over soldiers that were late for extra duty. Supposedly, some of them had partaken. I'm not saying soldiers on extra duty, not all of them. Some soldiers had partaken in some activities that they shouldn't have partaken in. Well, this was loaded up on social media. This was posted up. Latoya Green posted it, and we shared it. And I'm going to tell you what. I'm not going to, play through it all, whatever. But if you go ahead to U.S. Army WTF moments, or you go to Latoya Green's timeline, you'll see it. You'll see it. We posted it at, when did we post that? That was in the afternoon on December 16th. Yeah. And all we posted was talk about unhinged. I'm saying a lot of you need to know how to fucking read and understand reading comprehension. All we said was talk about unhinged. And immediately it went into, you guys support shitbag soldiers. You guys, all you fucking care about is this. You're doing this for clicks. You're doing this for clout. You're doing this because you're, blah, 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 you're woke, blah, 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 blah. Now, in my time serving in elements that I have led soldiers, I think there was probably one or two times I probably not really went off, but I raised my voice, and it was a good heated conversation. One was an on-the-spot correction. The other one was a disagreement with some leaders. And I'm going to tell you what, I don't think I've ever ass chewed as bad as that ass chewing was, or got in the face of what it seemed like I should do and stuff like that. Comments being said. If someone gets busted for popping hot, a lot of the leadership issues, when I hear leaders say, soldiers these days, these fucking soldiers are shitbags and all that. They're your soldiers. They're your soldiers. If they're so fucking bad, why don't you hold them accountable, process the paperwork out? You didn't fucking get busted smoking weed. You didn't get busted fucking showing up late to wherever. You didn't get busted for whatever on top of your extra duty. You didn't get the miscommunication from a leader that told somebody to be somewhere else at a specific time and now you're pissed off about it. Why are you taking it personally? process them the fuck out. I can't wait to get rid of you. And you go, oh, rah. Bro. Sorry. It should be a natural response to elicit a personal reaction. The fact that they're formalizing it doesn't breed trust. Oh, he's not responding to you, Brandon. No, he was responding to something else. I can see that in the comments in the flow. Facebook is being really weird. Did you guys get the update on your Facebook pages now? When you look at it and you open it Facebook, it has like a up and down, thumbs up, thumbs down, and then like you have to hold the thumb to get the emoji across. So it's also fucking up our threads too. So when we notice something, somebody will respond to something, well, then we'll have to delete a comment that we respond to and then repost it on somebody else's shit because it misthreaded. So no, Tan's response to you, Brandon, was not a response to you, I should say. 4th and 20th, you were frontline. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's been real buggy because I could in our chats, the way we have consolidated chats, it's not a response to you, man. It should be an ass response to listen to person. Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, going back about that ass chewing. I'm changed Tune's mask. Got pissed off. Came back and kind of like, hey man, my bad. Fucking. When it comes to somebody getting thrown out, somebody getting pushed out, and all this other stuff, ass chewings are different. We're not taking no sides. All we're saying is that dude is unhinged. If you are unhinged in those ass chewings, the way it could definitely go out of fucking control, and you get recorded, and you get posted up. So I'm just saying about that. We'll see what happens. I know it's been see, I got shared a few times, several thousand comments in the comments. When Latoya posted it, let's see, she posted it up with her stuff, and that was just talking about from our page when we did the share. I just lost it. Where the hell did it go? Yeah, Facebook's being buggy, dude. It's been refreshing for you guys too. Like you're watching it, or you're watching a live stream, and all of a sudden, like it'll stop, and you got to refresh because that's what's happening right now. I just refresh the timeline, just refreshed. So,
drug dealers and drug users, I don't give a shit. Wipe that fucking attitude off your face before I fucking wipe it off for you.
Before I wipe it out for you, that right there. Now, in some circles, in some growing up neighborhoods, in some culture, wipe that smile off your face, or I'll wipe it off for you. Come on, Cletus. Come on. That's kind of personal. It's kind of like some fighting words. So she had 1,000 shares, and she had several. She had like almost 5,000 comments in her stuff. So yeah, I pulled up when I looked at it. So again, no need to be unhinged. We're not defending anybody who's violated Army policy or all that. Yes, we do believe that individuals who show up drunk to duty or get popped on a piss test or whatever, and they get popped out. What's even more funny and a massive level of irony is that the individuals that were commenting about that are also the ones that we've seen on their social media profiles begging for references for getting busted for DUI. We just do a little search there. I'm like, oh, I remember this guy. Oh yeah, or this gal. Sitting here talking shit about druggies and all this other shit. How many DUIs you got? And why are you still in? So that was kind of like, we decided to leave that post just, we're not going to comment. We're just going to watch it flow. And yeah, exactly that. All the older guys is like, hey, if you don't like it, you just join the army. Don't join the army anymore. Blah, blah, blah. You're taking up. Oh, okay. Wipe that smile off your face, or I'll wipe it for you, brother. So the comments have been back and forth on that post. That it was supportive, saying, yeah, fucking A, this is the way the army is, blah, 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 blah. And the other ones were like, dude, actually there was 3 comments. Well, the consensus we saw was like, yeah, this is too much. This was okay. And the other one was like, God damn, dude. Slow the fuck down. You need to calm down. wipe that smile off your face, or I'll wipe it off for you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to talk about the cannabis in a minute. Hang on. Well, you know what? We'll talk about it tonight because that would be originally a Monday edition topic. We're not going to have a Monday edition for the next few weeks. Me personally, I just make him do extra duty in full kit. Nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I think there was a miscommunication of time and place to be at extra duty, and I guess he lost his shit about it. And yeah, definitely he lost his shit. You can see it. That means it's a chapter. This is not a chapterable offense, just Article 15. Like I said, man, there's so many other processes for you to, to flex on that, but just losing your shit like that, yeah. That's just me. I'm not saying I'm not. I've processed soldiers out before, or I should say my commander has processed soldiers out before, and I assisted in that and all that, and making sure that my NCOs had their packets good to go to process their soldiers out. That, of course, did not meet the Army standard, violated whatever, and that right there, dude. I agree with the post. You went a little unhinged. Oh, it's not a big deal. All right. Yeah, I was about to say all this Facebook post is clear. We're gonna forget how to army during this well-deserved Christmas break. Yeah, you ain't lying, Cos. You ain't lying. All right. What was that? What was that one thing you were talking about? What was that? What was the what? Who said that about the cannabis stuff? Yeah, hurt people. Ooh, that's a good one. Hurt people, hurt people. There you go. Where is it at? Yeah, exactly. I was about to say, if I was getting chapted out of the Army and I had somebody get into my face saying, wipe that smile off your face or I'll wipe it off for you. In some cultures within the contiguous United States, them's fighting words. All right, so it was the descheduling of. Hang on, let me get this information up because everyone's throwing some comments up here. You know me, I want to make sure that we got all all that information up. Which on some things they can. I understand some things that you consider not, moralistic or okay with, but then another thing, you do to not say it's moralistic. So today, an executive order is rescheduling marijuana, not TBD. It's marijuana. Let me say this again. President Trump signed an executive order rescheduling marijuana from a Schedule 1 to Schedule 3, recognizing legitimate medical uses, not for old people. And those are, man, Annette, you're just like dropping old jokes? I'm just messing with you. Recognizing legitimate medical uses and expanding medical marijuana and cannabinoid research to better support patients and doctors. This actually is going to get posted up on the news, a news post right here with the VFW, the Grunt Style Foundation. It'll get posted from. So yeah, this ain't no this is not CBD. This is marijuana, THC, the crops, trees, shrubs, herbs. The FDA, yeah, I'm gonna tell you what. Don't get me started about the VA. Don't get me fucking started about the VA. There's so much shit. As a matter of fact, that I'm going to discuss about. I want to discuss about the VA. That the VA will have their very own. I don't want to say segment. Like all I'm going to do is talk about VA. I will have some guests that are working or have worked for the VA to discuss things that are happening at the VA. More to follow. Soldiers still won't get to use it. Allie's got a good point. Yep, exactly. However, there are some organizations, and I was telling this to somebody else that I served with, that are prescribed that for severe cases of TBI. And I've served with some individuals myself that were prescribed that stuff. I think there's it's got to be strictly controlled or something like that. And there's a specific profile. They're gonna get some stuff go that way when they fucking get a piss test done. It doesn't pop hot, and when it does pop hot, it's because they were prescribed this Marinol. The benefits and taxes lowers costs. It's a gray area which leads to black market sales. Well, I look, man, if I could go ahead and get my autism enhancers, also known as Tylenol, I'm just joking. It's a joke. I'm just joking. I know while I was out, there was some drama about Tylenol being, the cause for autism and all that. That immediately got all the freaking social media pages and Facebook groups all up about whatever. So I just joke around a lot and I say, hey, I have a headache. I'm going to take some autism enhancements. And I just joke because it's a bottle of Tylenol. It should just be like, you can be able to get it. If I'm able to go to a liquor store or the Class 6 and pick up a fifth of Jack and what it could do to me, I should be able to get some trees or some edibles. You don't even have to smoke it for pain and stuff like that. Honestly, we should just go full send and issue prevent chocolate bars to takers. Yeah. I just want to make people jealous as I puff on some VA provided. I'm going to tell you what, weed smells nasty. I mean, when I was growing up, fuck it, this is the last show of 2025. When I was growing up, I didn't realize it. I mean, this is like new weed or some shit. This is like some powerful shit. On the smell, I'm talking about the smell. Walk by, whatever, had smell weed in the neighborhood. You're like, you smell it. Yeah, okay, but man, you walk over to, so Tylenol is my problem. I'm sorry, Gary. I'm just joking about. I'm just talking about what's been said on social media. A homegrown is better than government issued. Yeah, I'm about to say, the government will fuck it up. The government getting involved in weed, the government's already involved in other shit. But I guarantee it. You mentioned the FDA. You think you're going to get some good shrub? No, because the FDA said you can't take that. You got a bottle of Tylenol you want to take because you got a headache, or you got a bottle of, I don't know, what brand name you want to call it. Trees. There you go. I got a headache, man. You got any Tylenol? No, man, I got some trees. Oh, hell yeah. Let me give me how many you got? Oh, I got 10, 20 milligrams. Oh, snap. Let me get a gummy of trees. Let me get a bottle of trees. Or the Latinx version, Yeska? Sorry, I had to say that. I'm just joking. There's no such thing as Latinx. It doesn't exist. But anyways, yeah, I think personally, just like with alcohol, the Army has a heavy alcohol culture as it is. You ever been to a fucking ball or formal? Everyone's pouring bottles or whatever. Then you have that one guy who's the complete show off that likes to chug half a fifth of whatever and then pours it because he's a badass, right? And isn't that popular? Well, I can't even speak English today. Maybe I need to, yeah, maybe you should get some trees. Get some 1980s, yeah. Go and say, yeah, exactly. I'm like, what, man, dude? Jorge, you know what's up? Get some of that real Yeska. Consumia. Oh my God, man. Consumia, big time. Old school Yeska. I don't know how we digressed to talking about the rescheduling of marijuana, but it happened. An executive order was signed. And I'll be honest with you, I think the reason why a lot of big organizations within the government are fighting it or resistant to it or decided to schedule it, somebody got to the president and said, no, don't do this because this might kill the whatever industry, or this might kill big farm, or this might kill, whatever. We won't have control. If the government were able to give weed, they'd go for the lowest bidder. I think you're getting the good stuff, but no, it's crap. So yeah, that's it. That's the thing about the rescheduling of marijuana, not CBD, marijuana. So last thing. I figure one last thing before I want to give a message, personal message. I don't really want to single out a command, but there is a command out there. There are commands, I should say, because not just one. There are commands out there. I'm going to give you guys some advice. I'm going to give you some leaders out there some advice from the social media sphere, and I'm going to give you some advice on what is what. What is the reality of? That when you see a meme posted, or when you see a comment post, or you see a post being made, a video or a meme, if it hits too close to home, don't go after the soldier that you think did it. Because more than likely, and this is a true story, it was any one of the mill meme pages that did it, and we all shared it together. A video or a meme that hits close to home doesn't mean the soldier that you think did it created and sent us the meme. Because sometimes memes posted are what? A snapshot into reality. Sometimes someone will tell us a story, or somebody will tell another page a story of what's been going on with them. My unit is doing blank, or this happened to me, blank. I think that's fucking funny. I think we should make a meme of that. The mill meme pages makes a meme, and the next thing you know, now the organization's after the soldier that they think, because like I said, it hit home, it hit close to home, and they didn't. What is even worse is when we could provide proof. So I'm just saying right now, a word of advice. If you're conducting an investigation on a soldier that you think did a meme that's been posted on Fancy Bear, Army Reddit, name your mill Instagram page, U.S. Army W.T.F moments, it was more than likely one of these entities. It was probably us that did our own meme, that did it about you, did it about the climate of your command. Don't go after the soldier that you think did it. Or don't go after the soldier that is involved in the meme that you think is involved in the meme and the incident. Because I'm going to tell you what. Exactly that, Patrick. Who doesn't love a good old-fashioned witch hunt? That's when we start dropping names. And a problem that, should have been a meme, no big deal, has now grown to a bigger problem. And that problem will not be saved because, again, I am stomping my foot. Just want to walk the dog here. We'll circle back. If you think a soldier made a meme and sent it to us for us to post, or you see it, more than likely it did not happen. Soldier probably came to us, talked about the incident, or we heard about it, or another individual heard about it, or another individual heard about it, or another individual witnessed it and said, hey, get a load of this. This happened, and this happened, and blah, blah, blah. Ha, ha, ha. We should make a meme. Meme is made, and now we're hearing that you're going after the soldier that you think made the meme. And what's even worse is that we can provide proof that they didn't. Yeah, I wouldn't say you get some egg on your face. You're probably going to get some shit in your face because then there'll be a timeline. There'll be a walkthrough of said event. Just a piece of advice, okay? Because not just one command. There's several commands that are doing this. They're going after their soldiers for memes that they think they made when it's actually us. Well, we heard about it. So with that, I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. May you have a safe holiday. Always carry, head on a swivel. Make sure you track how many times your NCO has called you. Remember, if you're signing a counseling statement to be around between 1300 and 1330, all right, I got you, Sart. Waiting for that phone call. And then report back to your chain of command. Hey, Sergeant so-and-so didn't call me that he made me sign this counseling statement for. He said I was supposed to be waiting by the phone or respond to or giving up. I never got a respond. There you go. Look out for each other, guys, gals, because, yeah, we all want you back for 2026 when the Army has no social media pages. Yeah, reverse Uno counseling, exactly that. Well, I'm serious, Ton. I want to see. I want to see these guys who, you better respond to this. You better sign this counseling statement. Okay, cool. Roger that. I'll be waiting, Sergeant. Or the impediment of an FBI in investigation of a senator. Wow, Brandon, you really went to the woo. Well, what was that? What was that about, man? You really, this isn't the Monday edition, but okay. Which, by the way, the meme going after soldiers for memes that you think they made actually is possibly impeding an investigation of the event. Make it look real bad for you if you fucking decide to, I'm going to call Jose and see how he's doing. The memo wasn't signed for a reason. Okay. Wonder if soldiers got the boot. Are they getting a special invitation back? Ooh, that's a good question. If soldiers that got the boot due to MJ, are they going to get a special invitation back? Nah. Holly, have you seen what happened with the vaccination shit? Have you seen what's been going on with trans soldiers? Do you think they're going to get fucking an invitation back? Fuck no. I didn't mean to get so nasty. I didn't mean to get so nasty towards the end. Sorry. I just think it's fucked up. We're going to do this for you. We're going to do that for you. We're going to do this for you. We're going to do that for you. And then, nope, you're not going to get that. Nope, you're not going to get your benefits. Nope, you're slow rolling your process coming back in for, the vax. Yep, got it. Sorry, guys. Oh, nope, you're not going to get med boarded. Oh, you're not going to get your bonus. But here's 1776. Bingo, Jose. Nobody wanted to come back. I mean, a lot of individuals that were part of the vitriol that were causing soldiers to leave or get chaptered out, they're still serving. So you're right. Why would you want to fucking come back to an environment where those individuals are still there? So, anywho, make sure you share, like, and follow. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Broadcasting live on 5 different platforms, 2 YouTube pages at U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio, 2 Facebook pages at U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio, which may change, at WTF Nation Radio on X. So, does your crowd honestly think that retroactive UCMJ is allowed by memo? What do you mean your crowd? You're in here too. You're part of the crowd, Brandon. It has nothing to do with that. If there is an organization that says, hey, we're going to give you this, we're going to give you that, we're going to give you this if you out yourself for, I don't know, being a trans soldier, or if you out yourself for saying that you refused the vaccination, you think that's funny? When individuals have committed themselves to this? Okay. Good luck. Have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. I read from another feed. Yes, I did. Who are you talking about? Is this another one? Is it another feed mix up then, Brandon? God dang it, dude. Who are you talking about? Your crowd. Who are you talking about, your crowd? Yeah, Facebook is acting up right now. Somebody's saying that I can't even see my chats in the Facebook Live. So I can go on all night. Hell, I might take some anybody got a bottle of trees? I can't wait. Y'all have a good night. And again, thank you guys so much and for attending the last Sergeant's Time of 2025. Looking forward to next year, 2026. Big things happening. Of course, we'd love to have you. So, anyways, share, like, and follow. Shots. See you.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Reigns. Officers orders driving us insane. ATF 0-30, no time to complain. Push-ups in the mud, feel the muscle strain. Army life is a wild ride. W.T.F moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Hilltops in the desert, sandstorms in our eyes. Memories for breakfast, no room for lies. Running watches through the night under starless skies. Brothers and sisters, we rise. Army life is a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos, in the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Drill sergeant fury echoing in the air. Discipline and duty we all must bear. Battle bodies by our side in the fight we share. In the face of danger we dare. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Zones and firefights, adrenaline's rush. Silent nights, broken by the enemy's hush. Medics on the move in the heat of the crush. In the heart of battle we trust. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find out our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. Memories in our mind. Brothers lost but never left behind. Army WTF moments in the stories we find. In the Army's embrace, we're forever entwined. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Through the smoke and the flames we rise again. In the heart of the storm we find our sin. Battle buddies by our side, our men. In the Army's legacy we transcend.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.